have 30 seconds where no one
an
gets to
actual play
shoot.
RPG podcast. We are back with the third part of the first
Nice.
episode of the new season of Inquisition. Okay, so
Nice.
as you sort of like call for a ceasefire,
Mm-hmm.
I have all these names I have to remember how to pronounce properly.
Uh-huh.
The Tercio soldiers will then turn their
Mm-hmm.
guns towards you, and they're
Mm-hmm.
visibly confused because
Mm-hmm.
you think that they were given
Yeah,
sort
yeah.
of orders, and you guys are new,
Uh-huh.
and they sort of have some amount of understanding that they
Mm-hmm.
shouldn't be opening fire on you, but they sort of don't open fire on you.
Uh-huh.
There appears to sort of be one guy who's sort of on the ground, who's still alive, who hasn't been assault rifled to death.
Mm-hmm.
Who's
Well,
one of the other people?
Yeah, 30 seconds. The other side really has nothing left, right? It's just the one dying guy left,
You have
right?
one dying guy who's a member
Mm-hmm.
of the resistance, and
Mm-hmm.
then the Tercio soldiers who have not a scratch on them.
What's going on here?
It's-
Why are they resisting?
we have to stop this. We have to take back the city. And then you hear a bang, and then Terry's holding a rifle in his hands, and he says, "I got him for you."
Oh boy.
I think we should go have lunch.
Oh god. Okay, how would I handle this?
Okay, so
On our private boxes, do not eat
Inquisitor
their food.
Tranus Heth.
Hello.
Okay,
Do not accept food or drink.
so it is a very awkward ride back to the house.
Oh, I'm trying to engage. I've engaged in conversation with the many skills which I was trained with. One not often used in this game actually is my skill of persuasion and handling people.
Okay.
Are you well versed in the trappings of politics on this planet myself, my lady?
I have been the governess of this planet my entire life, as far as I'm aware.
Where have you been trained, if I may ask? Or in what arts have you been trained?
Well,
Administratorum?
my father was a senator, and he wanted his children to continue in the fold. It's better than being one of the workers.
Of course. We all have our different places in the Imperium, and I'm glad to see that one so skilled was chosen to be at the side of the sector governor. So, if you could, may I ask a few general questions you might be able to answer? I'm aware that,
Sure.
of course. The last recordings are a little bit dated, but it seems that your planet has undergone a shrinkage in population. Has something occurred which has led to this?
Well, a few hundred years ago, there was an uprising. A strong populist group thought that the leadership, that was the duly appointed leadership by the Imperium, was not the right way forward for the civilization, and there was a war that had broken out. But we have won the war, and we have stayed true to the Imperium, and we have remained loyal citizens, and we have ensured that our citizenry will also be loyal.
Yes, I'm glad to. I'm glad to hear that. Of course. Your children, they seem upstanding. Tell me, have all of you been trained in the arts of the ecclesiarchy? Do you know your prayers?
Yes, we do.
Excellent. The Lord Inquisitor will be most pleased to hear about this. So, despite the problems which your planet has been ravaged by, will you be able to entertain the tithe of manpower and equipment?
We will
as
give
is
you
needed?
whatever is needed. I'm sure that you will not ravage our world with whatever you need. We will give our due.
Of course. Tell me, what do you do with those which are unruly? Is there a higher percentage of psychers amongst your population?
There are no psychers in our population.
There are no psychers in your
No
population.
psychers.
That seems unusual.
I don't see why it would be. We've
Well,
never
oftentimes it
had a
seems
psyker that
to.
we're aware of.
Very good.
As long as there are no psychers, then there's no worry that anyone will fall to the taint of chaos on our worlds.
Yeah, I'm gonna assess the shit out of her at this point. What role is that?
Um,
Persuasion, notice?
yeah, go ahead, make a persuasion roll. Let's just do an art of conversation
Persuasion is
sort of deal.
good. Yeah. Let's hope a little bit better than the art of conversation. Your current president is really not the best one at this. 5.
Okay, so she is every. You think she's being factual but vague.
Yeah.
That's
Kind of. I kind of got that impression from her, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. The Lord Inquisitor will be confused about this.
What do you mean?
The Imperial Tithe does also include psychers, which should be collected regularly by the ships of the Inquisition.
I will tell you that you're more than welcome to go through our entire population. If you find a psyker, that I'll be shocked.
I'm sure he will demand that such a search will be done.
In front of him?
What do you mean, what? Sorry? No, I basically still speak in your. I've never confirmed or said that I'm an Inquisitor myself to those people. They just assume I'm in a retinue.
Smart.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I have the hat and everything, but really, who doesn't in this retinue currently?
Witch Hunter
So,
hat, yeah.
oh yeah,
You are a
I have the
psycho.
Witch Hunter hat. But you are the guy. I would like to point out you are the guy in power armor, and I was standing beside you, so I immediately assumed that I'm just in your retinue instead. Okay, fair enough. Yes, tell me about the Xenos, if you may.
Oh, the Gis? Oh,
Yes,
they
I look at the guess who's in the car.
they're just a population of some sort of animal that just sort of inhabited our region of space when people settled in this area.
So a native Xeno species.
Mm-hmm.
Is it capable of speech?
Not intelligent speech. They can make mutterings and gruntings. Go ahead. I need you to make a Medicaid roll.
Oh, God. It doesn't help that I have Kevin with me. He's probably just as bad at this. So.
He has a D6 in it for sure.
He has a D6 and everything. You want to roll, Kevin?
No, that's fine. Yeah, I want Kevin to roll as well, if that's fine, because I'm terrible at it. So.
I'm giving Kevin a wildcard dice. I think Kevin has earned a wildcard dice at this point in time.
Kevin has fucking earned a wildcard dice. I would be protesting if he wouldn't. This is with a -2. I actually have a 5, which is surprising.
Okay. Kevin rolled a 4. So
I roll better than Kevin.
You rolled Kevin on this specific situation. Okay. You notice around the throat, sort of barely above the line of the garment that the person is wearing, you think you see like an old scar.
They took out his vocal cords, gotcha. Okay. So the sector governor said that his pet is particularly well trained, so intelligent to a degree that it can be made docile.
Yes.
And housebroken.
Yes.
What services can such a exotic species provide? Except entertainment, of course, the novelty of it.
It's just the basic servants of a manservant, just a butler type services. He will, if the governor needs anything, he will go fetch that for you. He can He can't prepare dinner, but he can go get the dinner.
The governor puts an enormous amount of trust into what can only be described as filthy Xenos.
No trust is required. He wouldn't know to do anything other than that.
A species without malice, then.
Yes.
Then surely this planet has been blessed to be some kind of authority, a xenospecies which can actually be trusted to serve mankind. A novelty within the universe itself. The God Emperor never ceases to give us blessings.
She makes it's okay. It's not completely unheard of that there are sort of okay Xenos in Imperium lore. I'm trying to remember the monkey Xenos that like made super tech or something.
Jakaro.
Yeah. But yeah.
Also, she is not even describing it as a Xenos. She's straight up describing it as an animal and trying to convince you that it's an animal.
Yeah.
That was my way of getting
that would have been
reckoning
fine,
it. Like, if you treat it as a pet, like it's all right.
That's why they're literally looking at it like a pet. They're not looking at it as any sort of intelligent. Now it is humanoid. It can walk around and grab stuff, which is why it can deliver dinner. But it's not like they're worried about it stabbing them in the back or poisoning his meal.
Yeah.
That's what I'm sort of getting at. It's like if you could train an animal to get you dinner, would you?
Probably not, in all fairness. I don't like dogs.
Hey, Prot, at this point, can I get on the Vox and kind of radio over to Tranos?
Sure. We can join the conversation.
Thank you, because we just had a whisper conversation where I told him I can't ask about specific things if you don't tell me about specific
I honestly
things.
forgot you were like not in that moment. Okay. So
are the records at the Imperial Palace? I would assume. Are they not?
I will call for the records to be come over. Those records would be at the. Those records are not done on palace grounds. My husband does have an office at the Senate.
The Lord Inquisitor is a busy man and would not see to sully himself with simply looking over this himself. Luckily, he has devoted servants like the two of us who will gladly look over the records he will provide for us if such can be.
Tranos, it's me. Can you speak?
I suspiciously tap my ears if scratching it, and you hear the thunk, because I don't speak out loud in front of these people, but you basically hear that he is receiving.
Good. That kind of box. All right, awesome.
Yep. It's that kind of he has the ear thing, yeah.
Okay, go ahead and start talking. Tranos, this is Garreth Kane.
I'm to our conversation while this is going on in the background. Yeah, go. Mm-hmm.
I wanted to tell you there's something strange about this populace. They all appear to be on some kind of pill that makes them all docile vox, dociline or something. It's strange. It seems that there's an insurgency that attempted to break out. Who I'd argue looks like they're not trying to take these pills and wound up dying at the hand of, well, the planetary governor, or the sector governor. I would recommend you walk with caution against them. They do not seem to like anyone stepping outside of the bounds. We're headed now over to the planetary governor's location. Do report back when you have a moment.
I surreptitiously tap the thing again in order to give the notion that I have received what he said. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm just gonna play along and play nice with these people for now. So yeah,
smart.
Then we will fast forward to when everyone sort of gets back together, unless Garreth Kane wants to have a conversation with Terry.
No, Terry's.
Unless they pull me away from there,
Terry.
I'm going to investigate the scene of the rebellion.
Actually, I'm sorry if that's fine with me, but I'm gonna draft one of the children to help us go through the paperwork.
Okay, so
they can choose which one. It doesn't matter which one, but basically to be at our helping, so that they are in authority and they probably know a lot about this. Yeah.
Okay. The boy sends. He will help you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah.
At some point, I'm gonna fill Kevin in on what I know, so that he should be wary of anything he drinks or eats here, even if it's offered to him. But then he's a tech priest. He probably already has like all kinds of bullshit implanted in him. So
Drug filtration systems.
yeah, I mean, I don't know actually what
I
he
don't know
has, and my character in character wouldn't understand it because Feral will does. So he just it just basically tells him to be wary of that. And I'm gonna go and vox the Lord Inquisitor so that we can have a conversation. Like I excuse myself for a moment and then take out an comically oversized handy or something and just start calling.
Okay.
Yeah, if I am allowed to, I would like to investigate the insurrectionists before we leave the zone. I just want to see if there's any way to identify them.
Do you want to like serendipitously sort of sneak away while everyone else is sort of heading back to the compound?
Yeah, it was more that I was kind of at the body when he shot it, so how I understood the scene. So I kind of just want to survey the place before I left.
Go ahead.
To see if I notice anything that's similar between them, like.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there appears to sort of be there appears to have been 3 of the people who are sort of firing at the soldiers. They appear to have set up a makeshift bomb, and you actually find another undetonated makeshift bomb, which you think was just poorly manufactured. That appears.
By the way, I rolled 11 on my notice check.
Okay, sorry, I shouldn't have been giving you that information. Whatever.
You should be giving me the free bomb that I'm not picking up.
So you think
what were they trying to blow up?
You think the original plan was to set off a bomb, lure the soldiers in, and then set off a second bomb where they thought the soldiers would be shooting from. But that bomb never went off.
Okay. All right, cool. And there's no like red armband on every insurrectionist or something. No noticeable clue for those in the know.
They appear... Okay, so...
I mean, the noticeable clue is that they're not on drugs.
Okay, yeah. So you're sort of like going through it. They don't appear to sort of have like an official uniform or anything.
No.
Like that, since you're sort of like looking for that.
They're trying to be.
They appear to be.
Is there a manhole cover nearby?
Yeah, sure. There's sewers. Yeah.
Yeah. I figured maybe that's how they went along, but I figured I should ask in case that was an important thing. But yeah, it seems like an afterthought in how you responded, so I'm gonna let that red herring go. And we go to the house.
Okay.
It didn't look like their escape plan.
To answer your question, Trenos, that would be the girl Valencia. Okay, so I'm just going to say everyone gets back together.
Sorry, I just realized I was muted. Thank you.
That's all right. Yeah, everyone comes back together.
So Terry wants to have a conversation with Lord Inquisitor.
Yes, hello.
Oh, sorry. Do you want me to be there, or Kane? Basically, do you want me to be there, or?
I'm going to. I leave the Vox open so that you can hear me.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So
I probably
Terry
request
comes up to the
some pencil pushers to go there in order to go over the records because this is all Greek for me, and basically I'm just here to supervise.
Okay, Kevin will go over the records for you because he has the D6.
Thank you.
Okay.
Kevin's nailing it.
He's better than me. He's better than me.
So Garreth Kane. Our little region of space has been isolated for so long. I don't know if you're in need of anything, but if you could just open up trade or somehow provide us with the means of contacting other regions of space, that would be extremely helpful.
You get a Vox message back. Actually, they don't have psychers on this planet.
So they have no astropath.
They have no astropath.
I see.
That seems to be the implication of what I have seen so far. That the implication
or navigator.
They have nothing on this planet.
Mm-hmm. Navigator would be even different from all of that because they're technically mutants. So
yeah,
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Fuck no, I'm not telling him that because I know how he would react and that would lead to a firefight, so I'm not telling him that, sorry.
Not telling me what? Sorry.
That one of the children popped a pill and then started not being a psycho anymore. Because if you ask him straight out, he might just start shooting at you, and then we have basically lost that threat.
Okay. I am going to ask him. I'm going to say, why don't you use your astropaths to
we have no psychers in our population. We've never have.
How is it that you've never had a psyker in this entire population? All around the Imperium, there are psychers.
There hasn't been a psyker born in our area for several hundred years.
How long have you been using the docile Cylin?
Oh, since the uprising.
And when was that? I'm guessing several hundred years ago.
A few hundred years ago.
Huh, weird. Interesting.
What interesting coincidence this?
That means that the docile Cylin also can make people that are psychers.
It temporarily suppresses the abilities, is what you get in character.
It's Prozac.
I mean, it makes your mind.
Don't know that reference, but probably.
It quiets the voices in your head.
It quiets the voices in your head, quite literally, is what I was getting at. But yeah okay. So, okay. I take note of that, and I tap on my earpiece to make sure Trados.
No, I'm listening in. I mean, you just got from me the whole. It temporarily seems to suppress psychic powers.
Okay, good. Okay, so that's great news. I say, and where is it that this is made? As a matter of fact, this we've had in the Imperium, we've had an absolute problem with the creation with psychos running rampant. If you could show us somehow how this is actually made, I believe we may have a way to trade. Of course, this would be of great use to the entirety of the Imperium, the manufacturer of this particular drug.
This is to the rest of the retinue, including Garreth Kane. Fuck trading. Candidly, take it. If it's a weapon we can use against chaos, we need it.
Yeah, hang on, Robert. I know that's the game.
No, is he saying this in character? Because it's basically why are you talking about trade with these people?
No, he's not talking about us trading. He's talking about them trading with the rest of the Empire. If we can facilitate that's fine, but we'll take what we need.
We need it yesterday. Do it.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's fine, but whatever we don't need, they can totally sell, is what he's saying. Completely fine.
So my question still stands. I asked him where and how he makes it.
I can tour you through one of the productions. It is a local fauna that we derive most of our drugs from.
Yeah. Yes. I would. I think that would be an excellent addition. I would really like my retinue to come along as well.
Oh yes, I would love to see this. It's been so long since I've been in a lab.
Okay.
I can. Yes.
You get a message on the Vox from Kevin.
Okay.
Hello.
It appears that the GIS were originally set up as sanctioned Xenos listed as livestock.
And they seem to be treated that way.
I whisper into. Can you clarify?
That is what the original paperwork says. I don't know if they were eating them, but they were listed as livestock.
I take a look around and I whisper, have any of you noted the Xenos acting as livestock?
No.
Potentially, it seems that the vocal it seems potentially, albeit I'm not a trained healer, that the vocal cords of the Xenos which we have seen have been removed.
That the what? The what?
The vocal cords.
The vocal cords, okay.
Or whatever Xenos equivalent they have.
Yeah.
Xenos.
Okay. I make note of that information. I suppose Kevin told all of us. He didn't just whisper.
Yes,
to
he
me.
said that on the Vox to the group.
To the group.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
We're doing work here.
Okay. Good. And so I think that it would be a good idea to see how this drug is made, and then it seems to me. Just let's take a minute to talk as a group here. It seems to me that the this drug, while could definitely be useful at stopping psychers, and I think this is something that maybe we should control. But if they, if they are using it to subdue the population, and I'm sure there's some other freaky shit going on under levels that we haven't quite figured out yet. They can't meet their psyker tithe and all that other stuff. I think I think we should stop the populace doing this drug.
Yeah, we'll have to
You have an uprising on your hand.
Well, that's what I'm saying. What if because Victor managed to find a little bit of the insight onto the this uprising. What if we join the uprising, quote, and show them like, hey, look, we stopped this. This uprising is now is the Imperium coming to revert control back.
Yeah, I have an easy result. Let's go to the manufacturing and we'll seize control of the manufacturer.
Here's the thing. You need to
if
find
we control
out
the product, they can't do nothing.
You need to find out what this drug does. If it also makes them fearless and everything, then fuck it. We are just using the population on drugs.
Well, that was my question. If they're good fighters, that's cool. But if they're
let's go to
let's
go talk to the chemists.
And also completely and utter fucking ruthless. And that's what we need currently.
Okay, cool.
Well,
Trainers, do you want to come with us?
More that
remember, Grim.
People on
actually,
drugs
I would like to. Sorry, go.
Doesn't actually do anything other than work. That is what we have observed so far.
If we tell them work is
they might, in
people.
fact, be completely incapable of actually, taking any kind of decisions at all.
There might be a reason why they don't have many kids anymore.
I'm gonna be honest.
They need to pill them.
I need some input from you guys because I have an idea. I can confront the one person who I know is a psyker and basically blackmail them into obedience.
Do you want to do that?
If that backfires, then we have a problem. But I want to have your input on this first. Should I do this or should I not?
I think you should get as much information as you possibly can from a psyker on this planet, especially.
I'm not gonna get much information. The problem is my kind of blackmail was more going to, okay, you get to keep that one, but I want every other psyker on this planet. Because it's a member of the family.
You could always.
I would just basically tell them we're gonna take away all of them, or we can take all of them except for that one if you behave. But that might trigger their fight or flight reaction at this.
You know what to do, man. You find out what you can, and then if not, you unleash the full beast of the Imperium that you've got inside.
Remember that you have a teleportation access.
I know. I'm gonna get out. You guys see that you are not being trapped on the planet as well. So
all of us have a very easy out, right? Because teleportation.
No, I just wanted to make sure that both groups who are currently physically separated know about this before I start confronting.
I just want to be clear. They don't really have planetary defenses, so to speak.
Yeah.
If you guys decide we're gonna glass this place, you can glass this place.
Right.
I'm just gonna
I was also, and when we talk about outs, I just wanted to clarify: teleportariums, do they go to like one spot that we've now dedicated, or is it to people the people we are? Do we just say teleport me back up, Scotty, and we get beamed up?
They basically scan for us and get us. And
are they Star Trek?
Can you get people that are next to you as well, or only personnel from the ship?
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can get next to you.
So you could teleport with all 3 kids, for example, if you're just holding them and say, whatever.
I could, but again, I don't want to miss it.
Yeah, we don't want to.
And also, it's best not to do it while inside a building.
Okay, sure. I'm just saying, wait for your time to do this confrontation, and if it goes sour, just get whatever pieces of their family you need and go. And we'll go.
I'm kind of assuming I can outgun them.
Probably.
If
I'm
it
actually
comes to
surprised
it.
that their soldiers were not scarecrows. That's what I figured when I heard how weird and old and stationary they were. But
Yeah, but you guys need to find out about the workings of that drug.
Let's go to the chemists and see. Look at this blue meth or whatever they're making.
Yep.
So Terry sort of looks at Garreth Kane as Garreth Kane sort of went to the side for a moment, and they were in the middle of a conversation.
Yes, I would love to see this facility. That's where we left off, right?
Yes.
You want to see the facility? What about opening trade with the other regions? Can you aid me with that? I'm more than willing to give you whatever resources we can muster. I'm loyal to the Imperium.
Of course, yes. That's what I'm saying is that this new revelation, this could make your planet more profitable than even before. Which is why I'm so excited about it.
Okay. I can get a tour together in a couple days.
I see.
I feel like inspection tours are better when they are not prepared.
I feel like I agree entirely.
And when the Empire wants to see a thing, the Empire gets to see a thing.
I am thank you. I'm sorry. Let me take my dick out. And I show him my.
Don't let him try to be dick energy you are.
I show him my Inquisitor Rosette and say, I believe now is a perfect time.
You're not hungry after your journey? You didn't want to have dinner? Right.
Fuck no! I'm sorry. No, I'm not eating anything on this planet. Proud that's canon.
It sounds like a really plan, actually. Yeah.
On this planet. Fuck
you think
off.
the Inquisition eats and sleeps?
Yeah, Robert. If you come back on the fucking, if you come back up on that ship and you're like, buddy, I'm blowing your brains out. Motherfuckers.
Can you just give me a few moments to prepare, and then I will take you post haste.
But of course, I lean over to. Is Kennick with me?
Everyone is with you except for
apparently.
me.
Fantastic.
Now he is.
Everyone but him and Kevin.
Good. I lean over to Kennick and say, "Excellent. Go ahead and prepare. Kennick will accompany you."
Terry will walk off. He will get Zet, and then they will both leave to like a back room.
Kennick,
I follow him.
Yeah. I picked the right guy for this job. I just know it.
You chose the big bulky guy, but you didn't choose the guy who has a negative to pace.
Well, because I figure Kennick can, if they try to call somebody, Kennick can get into their comms or some shit or whatever. Yeah, I kind of said it with quite a bit of weight is what I'm trying to hope. So yeah,
okay.
Find out what they're doing.
Do you just overtly follow them, or do you make a stealth check?
I overtly follow them.
Okay.
Nice. Yeah. Use that big dick, bud.
Okay, so they go to the back room, and then all of a sudden you open the door, and then Terry will sort of look towards you, and then look back to Zed, and they said, "Is there something you need? I don't know what the title is."
I am Explorator Kenneth Cutter. I have been tasked with making sure that you indeed do make the preparations.
Yes, and I am trying to instruct Zets here to get the things that I require. What? Do you want me to stay with the Inquisitor and not leave his sights? Is that what this is about?
Why is he getting so fucking upset? All I said was,
do not allow me to bother you. Just keep on doing your business.
Okay. I'm gonna go to the bathroom now. Do you wish to follow me there?
You do
put
need
a Megadeth right up his ass, Rickard.
You do suddenly need to pee, right?
Yeah. Drain his fluids. Tell him your batteries run on piss and put a fucking disposal unit out.
Hang on a moment, I need to gather.
Yeah, take your time, buddy.
Breathe, my friend, breathe.
GM, I have sent you a whisper in case you didn't see.
Okay.
It's not to hide from the others, it was just to not disturb the others well. going on, but now Rickard needs
That's
time to
fine.
breathe.
That's fine.
Do I need to roll for the
Sorry,
crew?
Rickard.
Nope, you're
Or
fine.
do the scam part? Yeah.
No intention of making a joke. Yeah, hilarious occasionally. Inquisition games bring out the best and the worst of us.
I know, yeah.
Okay.
This is
Kenneth?
just fucking great. I love him.
Yes.
So, do you wish to follow me into the bathroom then, Kennick?
I have found that people tend towards having trouble in doing their business when people watch.
I would also agree.
Are you one of those people?
Do you wanna check if there's windows to make sure that I don't jump out the window? Is that what this is about?
Carol simply tilts his head. It's like, why is this person behaving like this?
So he will then leave the room and go into another room.
I stand outside the other room and scan for communications.
Okay, there doesn't appear to be any sort of communications. After a few moments, Zet starts to approach the room.
I step aside.
Okay, Zet will walk into the bathroom.
So it is in fact. I keep scanning.
Okay, there appears to be no communications.
Put a glass up to the door, Rickard.
Okay, I need you to make a Medicaid roll. Kennick?
Okay.
Yes.
Medicaid?
Yes, I'm just finding
healing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's the button. Oh. Holy shit!
Oh, yeah, buddy! Go!
So whatchamacallit, you notice that whatchamacallit seems a little... Zet seems a little bit more mellow when he walks out of the room, and then he will just sort of leave the area, and then you hear a flush sound, and then whatchamacallit will come out. Terry will come out.
Did he take drugs? Why would he take drugs?
Why don't they take drugs?
Why would they flush drugs is a better question.
The syringe? Single-use syringes? I don't know. I simply just give them a weird look.
Okay. Is there anything that we need for this journey? I am just going to go get a change of clothes if there's nothing else you require, Kennick.
No, I do not.
Okay. He will go upstairs to his bathroom. Oh, to his bedroom, sorry. He will go upstairs to his bedroom.
Man, this guy pisses a lot.
He will get a different set of clothes. He will take off his clothes and put them on. He will assume that you're not watching him while he does this. And then he will head back downstairs.
Right.
Okay. Then he rejoins the group. He's wearing sort of like a more formal attire.
Okay.
I keep an eye on Seth.
Okay. The boat will be here in about 30 minutes.
Excellent.
Right.
I lean towards Garreth Kane, and I'm like, so it seems that he requires the Xeno's pet for something in the bathroom. I highly doubt it's any kind of reproductionary causes because it is definitely too quick. I believe he was drugging him.
Okay, thank you, Kenneth. Good job.
Or having him wipe his ass. I'm not entirely certain.
That's completely plausible.
Might be both.
Yeah. Alrighty. I nod and like give him a knowing like good job, bud. And then I guess we are gonna wait.
Keep scanning for communications. By the way,
Yeah,
Then-
keep doing it. Yeah, something's
Cypress,
fucking
did you get
going
my
on.
question?
God.
Not that it
do-
matters anymore, but
Okay,
go.
so one of the things that you'll notice is there appears to be very few transmissions on this planet.
The fuck is... What the fuck? This place is weird.
Yeah.
Just give me the
Only the
heebie-jeebies.
1% has communications. And it's a 10,000 population planet. It's not that weird.
There's a 10,000
Everyone else is
population
on drugs.
city.
It's hundreds of thousands of populations. Tens of thousands was the population of the Gis on the other planet.
Fair enough.
Sorry, just to clarify.
Yeah, it's still not a lot of people.
Still not a lot of people. No.
I
And
would
most
like
of
to
them are
confirm
on
that
drugs.
both balls have seen my secret messages to them. Not that the ones to Cypher's matter anymore, I guess, is it was only like half an hour we waited. It felt like a longer delay was about to happen. Like he was really procrastinating us.
What's we call it? A vehicle will pull up out front. I would say a car, but I don't know how particular that is in 40k.
An
So
APC of sorts.
A vehicle will. It's not going to be like a military vehicle. It's going to be like a recreational vehicle.
Okay.
So it will pull
So an
up out.
APC.
Okay.
Nah.
It will pull up out front. You will have a patrol of the Tercio soldiers. They will ensure that your safety. So they're going to like go ahead of your vehicle and behind your vehicle, and then Terry will say, "All right, come with me. It'll just be about an hour boat ride until we get to the factories."
Okay. I suppose we're going. We're piloting, boys.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, here we go.
Travis.
And again, Fox is on.
I think you wanted some time.
Yeah, give Robert time now. Yeah, for sure.
No, I'm full. I mean, yeah, no, I would take
Oh,
the
I
time.
I thought you wanted to talk with the girl.
Yeah, I was going to. Yeah. So Scion Zens. What branch of the Imperial administration have you been trained in, or focused in, I should say?
He sort of looks at you and says, I have been trained in my father's duties, and for the time when he is no longer able to fulfill his duties, that I can take over on the planet."
You're the youngest Scion. It is not customary that one of such high standing would go into the military or a different branch than the immediate heir.
I am my father's only son.
Oh, I'm sorry. I must have misunderstood. The two others are then not.
Women?
Hmm?
Women?
They're his sisters, yes.
They're sisters. They're my sisters.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, so the system governor by your rules on this planet has to be a man.
I don't know if it's been that laid down and written in rules, but it's been that way for as long as we've known.
Traditions have their power, yes, indeed. Do you know anything about genetics, medicine?
I would have some amount of schooling on the basics.
I find it fascinating. Do you know that several strains of things go through a whole era of people, and that oftentimes they skip a line and then are rediscovered a generation later? Like, for example, a hair color or a specific style. I find it most fascinating. And I find it so strange that there would be not a single psyker on this planet because of these things.
Well, the population is much stronger than it used to be after the uprising.
That is true, but there has been an enormously large amount of psychers already.
What do you mean?
Why, I'm aware that it is very prevalent in family lines, and I was wondering who else of your family, directly or indirectly, is a psyker as well, in addition to the ones already spotted.
He sort of looks at you like completely quizzically, like there's no psychers on. There's no psychers in our system. If there were psychers in our system, we would have been able to make contact with the Imperium long ago. And he looks.
I see.
He is speaking to you completely truthfully, as far as you're aware.
I see. Kevin, continue here. I'm gonna stand up. I'm gonna walk out. Show me to your sister Valencia.
You're okay. All right, and we'll be right back with the next episode.
Yes.